Charlie Kirk has spent the majority of his career calling George Floyd, somebody who was notoriously murdered on camera, a scumbag. So before you tell me anything about how I need to respect the dead, suck my.
Yeah, I've been looking into this Charlie Kirk thing, and I knew about Charlie Kirk for the most part. I don't know, just in passing, like TikTok clips. It's probably the only time that I would really interact with Charlie Kirk's material. Why can't someone be a racist and an asshole, but also have some points? I don't kill the messenger. I don't kill the message with the messenger. Like if your enemy tells you they shooting up the street, do you still say fuck that and go up the street? Perhaps you're suspicious of the information, but you still want it. Anyway, point being, everybody told me I'm not supposed to like this nigga. Don't like him, Mark. If you like him, you a coon, you raccoon, bancoon. And I don't know about this nigga. All I know is he's told niggas to stay with their families. He said something mean about George Floyd. He looked like a Shane McMahon or Shane Gillis or anybody named Shane. That's all I know about this nigga. And it's unfortunate that a child lost their dad. 2 children, if I'm not mistaken. That's messed up. But I just want to see what he said that was so bad. So bad. I think he the white Martin Luther King. You better watch out, nigga. It's about to be the white 60s. This is the beginning of the white civil rights movement. Get the fire hoses. They shot white Luther King, nigga. All right. Y'all don't want to hear that. I'm not going to say none of that stuff. I'll put that out next year. I'm not for him or against him. I don't know a lot about Charlie. So let's learn about Charlie and see whether or not he deserved to get shot. I'm not going. This is why I didn't go live. If I went live, it would have been it. All right. The title of this video coming from me, nigga. How bad was Charlie Kirk really?
Let me ask you, can anyone become a woman?
I mean...
Guys, please.
Yes, I mean... It doesn't have anything to do with me, so yes.
Okay, listen, if a biological man came next to you in your dormitory or locker room, would you be okay with that?
If they came next to me.
And started
sure.
changing next to you?
Sure. What does that have to do with me? I mean, if that person felt more comfortable because they identified as a woman, then I wouldn't mind. But if they identified as a man, then maybe if they...
Big old dick and everything out. She gonna be cool with that? Just chilling, just. He's standing up. I mean, they standing up. They standing up. That's a day. That's a day. Day is a few. A few, that's a lot of balls, nigga. That's at least 4 balls of a day.
Hostile towards me, then I would care. But if it was someone that identified as a woman and they weren't hostile towards me, no, I wouldn't mind.
Wow.
You feel differently? I'm sure.
So the children should be deported as soon as they're born here?
Yes, with their parents, absolutely.
You don't think that we should give them, we shouldn't encourage them to become productive members of American society?
No.
Do you believe in the American dream?
Yes, of course, for American citizens, not for every person around the planet.
I agree. Regardless of national origin, the children of immigrants will become U.S. citizens.
It's not just the children of immigrants. It's not just that. The children of visitors become U.S. citizens. A pregnant woman can leave China who's 8 months pregnant, get a 90-day visitor visa, and then her baby becomes a U.S. citizen.
Bloop.
You were born on the soil. You have an inherent birthright to the benefits of American citizenship. And when you
that's a huge mistake. That devalues the meaning of what it is to be a citizen. Everybody here has a unique story of what your parents did for allow you to live in this country. That's called a social compact. But if all...
Okay, so he don't believe in like regular abortion, but he will abort your citizenship. We can abort your citizenship up to 90 years old, nigga.
A pregnant woman can leave China who's 8 months pregnant, get a 90-day visitor visa, and then her baby becomes a U.S. citizen.
But if you were born on the soil, you have an inherent birthright to the benefits of American citizenship. And when you
that's a huge mistake. That devalues the meaning of what it is to be a citizen. Everybody here has a unique story of what your parents did for allow you to live in this country. That's called a social compact. But if all of a sudden you can gain entry and cut in line, it dilutes the sacrifices primarily of the greatest generation from World War II that allowed us to live here, and it is an insult to them to say that we can live in a free society.
Section 1 of the 14th Amendment states, all persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof are citizens of the United States and of the state wherein they reside, was meant to accommodate the newly freed slaves and their children in order for them not to be deported with the whole back to Africa movement that white people been saying since niggas got here or were brought here or were here in the goddamn first place. It's just too much to go back to Africa. That was a law enacted to rectify wrongs done to us, black people, black Americans. To extend that to anybody who just came in and had a baby it is a little weird. It is a little weird, especially when people can time their pregnancy. So I don't disagree with this either.
Teacher, yes. What is a woman?
Woman is a social construct that we've agreed upon.
So I want
going through that shit.
Would you ever consider making a run for the presidency?
It's always old white. See, I think that's another reason he turned people off and shit. When you hear old white people start showing up and rubbing their hands together, they're not even white. They like Latinos or something. They may be Native American, but they look too wholesome.
I just wanted to ask you, what do you say to those that are against homeschooling?
Well, they can apply for a job from you in 10 years from now. So.
That's awesome.
You're going to be more polite, smarter, wiser, happier, more direction, more purpose, less corrupted, more understanding, more battle ready, better prepared, less confused, more biblical, more grounded, more Christ-like. If you are homeschool your kids if you can, homeschool your kids. If there's
That's an interesting perspective. Nobody can be a better teacher of your children than you. I think a lot of people don't want to take that time, man. If you have a lifestyle that enables you to do that, I may agree with that. I'm trying to see why I'm supposed to hate them. I'm sure you got something to say about black people.
Hey everybody, I joined the set of CNBC Squawk Box, which, even though America's Constitution explicitly forbids racial discrimination, our government ordered people to do it anyway. People were denied jobs and denied promotions. Kids were shut out of universities based on the color of their skin rather than their ability. Companies were denied federal contracts because their owners didn't look a certain way. People who didn't discriminate enough in hiring could be sued by the government. Every company in America lived in fear of their government deciding to target them for offenses against DEI. Trump has ordered...
Oh, so he's one of those, I hate DEI, it reverse hurts people. And I get what you're saying, man. The thing about DEI, to me, as a black person, I feel that it doesn't even benefit black people the way it should. But we are the people that are pushed out front to fight for it. The DEI initiatives, I think, should be directed in different ways other than the workplace. I personally think in the workplace, you can hire whoever you want. I'm fine with that. You can hire all white company as long as you want. It leaves us in a position where we are forced to do the same fucking thing, man. I want us to work together and build together and have control and ownership of something. And that's impossible if you don't want to be competitive. If we're not going to be competitive, we'll never own anything. If we're always trying to assimilate, let them do what they want. It will force us to build out of necessity. During Jim Crow, you know, there was a black bus company. I know they was like, hey, what about us? Why y'all fighting so hard to get on their buses? And once we got on, no more black bus company. We were forced to have an infrastructure amongst ourselves. And in a time like now, we would be so competitive, it's ridiculous. I know what you're going to say already. They're going to burn it down. Black Wall Street. Yeah, but we know that play already. They can't do that twice. If they do, who's the fool? All I'm saying is, everybody go to your corners, make what you want to make. If you want to have a company that's 100% white, that's fine. We should also be able to have a company that's 100% black and be willing to compete. We'll say, okay, well, they forcing out, like, let's say, for instance, Ice Cube's Big 3 tournament. A lot of little things happen politically, and people was like, oh, they're not trying to let him in. They trying to stop him from shining. Yes, nigga, that's what happens in business. It's competition. Let's get out there and fight, guys. Let's get off the bench, nigga. That's all I'm saying. Anyway.
You don't think that we should give them, we shouldn't encourage them to become productive members of American society?
No.
Do you believe in the American dream?
Yes, of course, for American citizens, not for every
I
person
agree.
around the planet.
I agree. Regardless of national origin, the children of immigrants will become U.S. citizens.
It's not just the children of immigrants it's not just that. The children of visitors become U.S. citizens. A pregnant woman can leave China who's 8 months pregnant, get a 90-day visitor visa, and then her baby becomes a U.S. citizen.
You were born on the soil. You have an inherent birthright to the benefits of American citizenship. And when you
And that's a huge mistake. That devalues the meaning of what it is to be a citizen. Everybody here has a unique story of what your parents did for a lot.
So the children should be deported as soon as they're born here.
Yes, with their parents, absolutely.
You don't think that we should give them? We shouldn't encourage them to become productive members of
No.
American society?
No.
Do you believe in the American dream?
Yes, of course, for American citizens, not for every person around the planet.
I agree. Regardless of national origin, the children of immigrants will become U.S. citizens.
It's not just the children of immigrants it's not just that. The children of visitors become U.S. citizens.
Okay, so he don't believe in like regular abortion, but he will abort your citizenship.
15 unarmed blacks that were killed by police year by year. Sometimes as low as 8, sometimes it's 20, so the average is about 15, okay? Go and look at The Biggest Lie Ever Told, the George Floyd documentary. Go look at the original Hennepin County medical. Don't just take my word for it. Do that research. And in that research, if you're like, oh, dang, I was lied, use that as what we call taking the red pill. And you'll see how deep this rabbit hole goes.
100%.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Can I shake your hand?
Yeah, God bless, man. Thank you. 15 unarmed blacks that were killed by police year by year. Sometimes as low as 8, sometimes it's 20, so the average is about 15, okay? Go and look at The Biggest Lie Ever Told, the George Floyd documentary. Go look at the original Hennepin County medical. Don't just take my word for it. Do that research.
See, black people just generally don't like when white people get in their business. Period. Like, how dare you? It's your white ass. Looking like Shane McMahon. Asking questions.
Do you think the average rap artist that a black kid in the hood is listening to is glorifying marriage and family and saving your money?
That's what sells because it's a culture thing. It's just within the black community.
I agree. No, but hold on.
Everyone listens to it. It's not just isolated.
It's bad for everyone who listens to it. The point being is that black youth, as they are being raised, their role models are largely not glorifying staying with one woman, getting married, going to church. But if it's about culture, you're right. The internal black culture has collapsed the last 60 years. We're no longer elevating the family. We're no longer elevating staying with the person that you're.
See, but the thing is, what he's not saying is that is by design. I listen to him and I'm like, okay, you start out strong and then you leave out a major gap. The black family is just falling apart. Nigga, I wonder why.
So our contention here as conservatives is that the systemic racism stuff is a bunch of rubbish. Instead, it's systemic bad choices.
Do you feel that systemic racism isn't real?
Of course not. What can I do that you can't do? Name it.
Okay.
No, seriously. What can I do that you can't do?
Fallacy. That's a slippery slope.
No, it's not, because back in 1940, you would have been able to answer that question. Well, Charlie, there's a bathroom over there that I can't go to. There's a major league team.
I can't walk into the grocery store and get the same looks that you do. I walked into Brookshire Brothers a couple of weeks ago and I was looked at
that's
like
an insanely hyper-paranoid way of living life. But that's not evidence, right?
It's a real example.
By the way, if I walk into a black neighborhood, I get bad looks too, okay?
Yeah, that shit is by design. It's a reason that the most popular parts of our music are about things that destroy the family. The rap used to not be like this.
Look at who the biggest sponsor of South by Southwest is in Texas now. It's the military. Go ahead and look up the scandal if you want about South by Southwest Pentagon funding. They've taken over the music industry because it's hearts and minds work. These people become network nodes. They become assets to play with. And an incredible example of this that I hesitate to discuss here because I know that the organization that these documents leaked from is contesting. There's evidence to suggest the same play around recruiting the hip hop artists in Cuba and in also, here you go. Breakdancing news: diplomacy meets hip hop as 22 artists visit the U.S. Okay. This is the U.S. State Department. We are paying to recruit them as assets. So when they go and look at the country list, if you want, look how far and wide this is to the edges of the earth. Mongolia, Cameroon, there's a whole thing here. But basically, it was protest rock. It was protest rap in Cuba for that USAID operation. It was protest rap. There's language, for example, in this gray zone report around Bangladesh, and I'll leave it to
that revolutionary shit, that real gangster shit.
Current fight, between them and the National Endowment for Democracy about the nature of those documents. But those documents that the Gray Zone published have 2 rap songs in Bangladesh that have lines like they were designed to inspire anti-government sentiment and to promote street protests and political reform. I mean, literally writing rap albums to get people to take to the streets and pull off the exact riot that the State Department wants to destabilize the country. And music penetrates. I mean, this is what they got really attached to this during the Cold War and in the 1980s, because it's and in fact in those documents they talk about how sponsoring individual artists is actually sometimes a lot more effective because they do art and activism. While they're putting on these festivals, they're promoting an agenda at the festivals. While they are putting these songs on radio distribution and supercharging their brand, those songs have themes and messages about.
Now, if you think that the CIA is not aware of how effective these same techniques would be here in the United States, you are crazy. There's a reason that nobody talks that positive stuff. It's a reason that drill music is out in the forefront when people talk about hip hop. It's a reason that our communities are in the state that they are in. Music is hypnotic. It works on your subconscious, behind what you're thinking consciously, and it affects your actions. Let's go. It's intentional. It's intentional, and it's so two-faced for him to stand there and question what's happened to the black family. We just turned into savages, huh? Just for no reason, huh? Nobody don't remember crack, huh? Jim Crow, the feminist movement. We forgot about all that. Mass incarceration, stronger penalties for drugs that niggas use that white people don't use with the same amount of drugs with more time in jail. All niggas that went to jail for weed all them years, they turn around, they make that shit illegal. All those fathers that was missing, all the diseases and experiments that niggas played on people, all the dirty water, the cycles of subpar living conditions, asbestos, the lead paint chips. Yeah, I want to know how the black family fell apart, nigga. I don't know. The niggas just said, fuck it. Do you know Florida Evans, Esther Rolle fought to have James Evans as the father on Good Times? She said she wasn't going to do it if it wasn't a black father in the house. She understood what was important. Even back then, when the agenda was being pushed, when the plan was first being implemented. That's why we need to realize what plans are being implemented today. Florida saw it. She said, they trying to remove the black father. I ain't come up fatherless. What y'all talking about? This is an imaginary character role. We've become everything that people used to say that we were. Y'all ain't hear me. Y'all don't want to hear me. Y'all about to call me all kind of raccoons. I remember when people used to claim that rappers were really sliding. They used to claim that, oh, they're just selling all kind of violence and grapes and unalivings and things of that nature. You know how to say it. Murders and killings. That's what the music is all. And we used to be like, no, there's all kinds of rap. What are you talking about? There's only a couple rappers like that, and those rappers are just talking about the experiences of their lives. That was a long time ago, nigga. Now, everything Dolores Tucker said is true. And I used to be on Tupac's side. Everything she said is true. But we don't want to hear that shit. Definitely not from this Shane McMahon looking ass nigga. That's all I'm saying. Y'all gonna be mad at me. I ain't gonna make no friends with this video. Might as well just go ahead.
You know, a place called Boys Village of Maryland had to have some bad stuff going on at it.
This bitch got her own short. Y'all know about this? They talking about if anybody got touched down Boys Village, Hickey School, Baltimore. I don't know if y'all not from around here. Anyway, they got some money for you. If somebody jiggled your balls, they got a couple dollars for you. Go check that out.
I made a video talking about how I'm a little more than pleased that Charlie Kirk is no longer with us. And somebody who I guess is following me on Instagram said, I expected better from you. Why are you making fun of death? I don't know why they would ever say something like that. That's silly. But outside of that, I'm pretty sure there are going to be many more people like that coming to my page, telling me that they're disappointed in me for making light of somebody who died. And I just want to let you know, the person that I'm talking about, Charlie Kirk, has spent the majority of his career calling George Floyd, somebody who was notoriously murdered on camera, a scumbag. So before you tell me anything about how I need to respect the dead, suck my first. Somebody also said,
Did she say dick or titties?
that I need to take in mind that God will be judging us. The person who really needs to be worried about God judging them is the person who's about to meet him. That's Charlie Kirk, the one who just got shot in the neck.
What do y'all expect? Like, are y'all expecting for people to operate the same way that you do? You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody, again, like I said in the previous video, is actually asking for empathy. But what they do is they don't extend empathy. They make sure that they push disrespect. Like, this isn't something that we shouldn't be familiar with. So y'all don't act surprised. Just gird up. That's what it is, bro.
Remember? Yeah.
I don't know about that. I think sometimes people would act the same on either side. When Obama was president, see, I'm old enough. See, this is why they try to keep old niggas away from young niggas in the community. This is why they removed the fathers, because you can't pass on this information. I remember when Obama was president. Had he got shot, this man, it would have been a parade. A literal parade. I'm telling you. A whole new political party started behind this dude. It's amazing. Now, what I will say is he didn't get shot. He didn't. He didn't. But could that be attributed to the lack of barbarism on the right? Or could it just be a matter of a lack of barbarism of the time? You know? Like, they were school shootings then, but not as much as today. Remember when Obama got on TV and cried? You know? That was real. Now it happens so much. Trump can't be on TV crying every day. Like, that's really, it's everything's escalated. And it's scary. I can't be certain that the right would not have have had a certain sector of them that would not have celebrated. Can't be sure of that. Can't be sure of that one damn bit.
Not me.
As a registered Democrat, all I have to say is the Charlie Kirk shooting just proves that
This person looks like a registered Democrat. That's all I'm saying. Shout out to them. And I'm neither, in case you're wondering.
worse, man. My party is the fucking worst. I got people celebrating, hoping that he dies. Are we fucking for real right now? Where's the empathy? Where's the respect, man? It's disgusting. It's disgusting, truly. And the fact of the matter is this: he was a father, and whether or not I agree with his political,
yeah, you definitely got to feel for that child. If I'm not mistaken, I heard that the child was actually there. That's crazy.
opinions, all he truly wanted to do at the core was see this country be the best, and I can fucking respect that. And to see people just be blatantly disgusting, man, we're the worst, man.